When a white nationalist goes on a killing spree in Christchurch, New Zealand, everyone is shocked because these kinds of attacks are extremely rare. But Islamic terrorist attacks are so common that no one is ever surprised by them anymore. The Christchurch mosque attack took place 6 days ago on March 15th. Just since March 15th, there have been Islamic terrorist attacks in Mozambique, Nigeria, Mali, Somalia, Israel, Iraq, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and India. Well over 100 men, women, and children have been slaughtered in the name of Allah since the Christchurch Mosque massacre, but most people haven't heard about any of them because they're so common we don't even pay attention. We also don't pay much attention when people are killed for violating the teachings of Islam. Let's look at an example. Dawn reports, a third-year student at Bahawalpur's Government Sadiq Edgerton College on Wednesday allegedly stabbed a professor to death over what he vaguely described as the academic's anti-Islam remarks, police sources and persons familiar with the incident said. In Pakistan, if you disrespect Islam in some way, someone will brutally murder you. Here in the West, you'll just be called names and deplatformed. For now, anyway. Associate Professor Khalid Hamid, the head of the English department, was seated inside his office at the college when he was allegedly accosted and attacked with a knife by this student. According to initial information noted by police at the scene of the crime, Khatib Hussain, a fifth-semester BS student enrolled in the English department, had exchanged hot words with Professor Hamid at around 8:40 a.m. over the arranging of a welcome party at the college. The event, which Hamid was overseeing, was to be held on March 21st to welcome new students to the college, police said. Police sources told Dawn News TV that Hussein was averse to the event being organized because he viewed the mingling of male and female pupils at the function as un-Islamic. Following an argument, Hussein stabbed the professor in the abdomen and head, police said. Hamid was taken to the Bahawalpur Victoria Hospital, where he succumbed to his injuries. Now, here's what's interesting. Attacks like the Christchurch Mosque massacre are being used to silence critics of daily Islamic terrorist attacks. If you spoke out against any of the Islamic attacks that occurred over the past 6 days, you heard from Muslims who said, "You see, this sort of criticism is what led to the shootings in Christchurch. People like you are getting Muslims killed." This is extremely disturbing. Jihadis who are killing people in Nigeria and Somalia and Israel and Syria and Iraq and Afghanistan and Pakistan and India are having their attacks shielded from criticism. If you draw attention to Islamic terrorist attacks, you'll be blamed for attacks against Muslims, so you just don't draw attention to Islamic terrorist attacks. So now there are two layers of terrorism. Jihadis slaughter unbelievers in the name of Allah in order to terrorize people into not resisting Islam. But if you speak out against the jihadis, you'll be terrorized by Muslims who aren't killing anyone, but who will accuse you of trying to get Muslims killed by speaking out against jihad. So, terrorist attacks by Muslims are used to spread Islam and silence critics, and terrorist attacks against Muslims are used to spread Islam and silence critics. No matter who the terrorist attacks are aimed at, they're used to propagate Islam. No ideology has ever used terrorism more successfully than Islam. Now, how long do you think it will take for someone to condemn me and say I'm responsible for the Christchurch Mosque massacre because I made this video about a Muslim slaughtering his professor in the name of Allah? Let's wait and see.